Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. There's a lot of tension, a lot of chaos, a lot of uncertainty, and that's not only in the precious metals market, but it's in the economy. I mean, we have a global pandemic, we have the US presidential election, stock market volatility, precious metals running rampant. There's a lot of chaos, and we know that gold and silver thrive in this fear and confusion. Now, with the presidential election right around the corner, things are going to get interesting. How interesting? We really don't know. We've never had everything leading up to this moment with a global pandemic and then one of the most controversial presidential elections on the line with the markets and the financial system so exposed. It's going to be interesting. If you want to talk about fireworks, if you want to talk about the perfect storm, the perfect scenario, the stars aligning for something explosive to happen, not only just in precious metals, but for anything, for any of the markets, stock markets even, it's going to get interesting. Now, there's cryptocurrency, there's futures contracts, options markets, there's so many different things that have potential. But when I'm looking at potential, I'm not just looking at what could, but I'm more looking at what will. See, anything could explode, right? Bitcoin exploded almost out of luck. Just the cards were dealt properly and the stars aligned, and it was perfect timing for Bitcoin. I feel gold and silver will have their time as well. It hasn't come yet. I still see a lot of room for growth, especially on the silver side. Gold and silver prices are still almost directly correlated, which that shouldn't be, right? Gold and silver are used for completely different things, right? Gold is used for jewelry, coinage, earrings, necklaces, rings, whatever. Silver is not really used for that stuff. I mean, it is, but the majority is industrial. So for the prices of these two metals to be so intertwined still shows that people are looking at things very one-sided. Once people start to understand the real value, the real uses that silver has in the everyday world, which I know is going to start picking up, especially since okay, so let's break it down. Silver is used in a lot of things, but it's everyday things that people don't really pay attention to. I mean, or not pay attention to. It's just the things that we're used to, right? Cell phones, laptops. But nowadays, as we advance technologically, silver is being used for things that are exciting, that people pay attention to. Electric vehicles, 5G technology, right? The green revolution with solar panels. All of these things, it's revolutionary. People pay attention to it. And especially with the big business behind it, knowing that silver is such a role player in this and the development of it, it's going to get interesting, especially since the Bitcoin boomers, the people that saw the proof in the pudding and missed the boat with Bitcoin, now see a fair shot, a second opportunity, and they don't want to miss the boat again. Apps like Robinhood make it extremely easy and convenient to invest, so we're going to see a lot of younger generational people coming in to the world of gold and silver. Now, is it from the digital side or the physical side? A little bit of both. Hopefully, more people do come from the physical, because like I say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. I really don't care for the ETF side of it. It stands for exchange traded funds. It's like the stock market version of basically investing in a precious metals, but that's kind of missing the boat, right? That's contradicting. The whole point of precious metals is to take complete control of your wealth. No middleman, no exchange, no third-party access, no vault that it's stored in halfway across the world with some third-party custodian. None of that. You are in control. But anyways, that's a whole different video. The point that I'm saying is markets are ever changing. The times are ever changing. The economy is ever changing. Our financial system's ever changing. The government, the man in charge, everything is ever changing. And as things change, the markets will change. Right? The markets will change. Let me say that again. The markets will change. What's affecting the markets are going to change. So right now, what's affecting the price of gold and silver may be X, Y, and Z, but in the future, what affects gold and silver, or gold or silver, could be ABC. And knowing that, if you can look at what the other factors that could be pulling silver prices up or down, it's blatantly obvious that silver is still extremely explosive. Other markets, not so much. If the dollar starts collapsing, if the system starts collapsing, if interest rates run rampant, if the dollar continues to lose purchasing power, if our $27 trillion in debt gets to a point where the system just falls. I know the system is never going to completely crash, but there definitely could be new things in place, new factors, more bumps in the road, different adjustments, right? Because the system's going to adjust regardless. It always has from the beginning of our Constitution, from gold and silver backed. Our money backed by gold and silver, then it switched, and then we get to here, and then it could switch again, and you see third world countries where there's cashless nations. I mean, it's ignorant to say, oh, the dollar is never gonna fall. I mean, the system will change eventually, and I think it's coming sooner than later. And knowing that, what's gonna be at play are things that are actually worth something. Gold and silver is the only thing that's close to money nowadays, and I'm not talking about. You could throw the word stock markets, Bitcoin, whatever the case, throw it in the air. Gold and silver is the only thing that is looked at as money in the economy, and from anyone's perspective, right? That's just what it is. Money is something that cannot be created nor destroyed. That's what gold and silver is. So, looking forwards, because we can look at the history, the patterns, right? We could look at all that, but let's look forwards. Because when you're investing into something, looking forwards is going to tell you the potential. It's going to tell you not what the current price of that investment is, but where the price is headed, right? And that's important, just like if you're investing into real estate. If you're trying to look for a rental property or, a lot to buy, you don't look at the current environment. You look at where that neighborhood, where that city is growing to or being torn down from, right? If they're building schools, building shopping malls, shopping centers, that means over time the property value will rise. But if they're tearing schools down, neighborhoods are turning, worse, then obviously that probably won't be the best investment, especially if right now the neighborhood's nicer and the price is higher. You see what I'm saying? The same thing fits the category for any investment, really, but when we apply that to precious metals, it shows us a lot of interesting things. One is production, massive production loss, cutting costs. Not only from transportation being transported worldwide from the pandemic, with the borders, the boundaries at play, but the miners as well. It's not profitable. There's no money in it. Found as a byproduct. We know that. But then we have the demand. I just talked about it a minute ago. 5G technology, electric vehicles, solar panels. So demand's going to be up, supply is going to be down. But what happens after that? What happens when, and we're already starting to see this happening. We're already starting to see the proof in the pudding. The consequences of that are already starting to appear. That's why you see these extremely high premiums on coins that should be worth spot price. I've been stacking silver for 8 years, and I've never seen premiums like this before. If silver's $25 on APMEX, they're going to list the coin for $27, maybe $28, depending on the coin. But nowadays, with spot price, at $26, you're seeing American Eagles Maple Leaf for $31, $32, $33 at some sites. That's not normal. And earlier in this year, we saw it even higher than that. I remember looking, and it was like $33 for an American Eagle. And that was when spot price was still, $21, $22. That's not normal. And I think actually, even before that, a couple months previously, it was even higher. It was like $15 silver prices, but $30 silver everywhere you could find it. And that was from the silver shortage from the U.S. Mint, obviously. But as you can see, that's not normal. That's not normal, and that should not be. But if that's the new normal, and that's what scared me. That's what really scared me, because I saw the spot price I saw how much premium were on bullion coins. We're not talking about pandas, kookaburras. These were just standard bullion coins. And it's crazy because I remember making that video and saying you'd pay $30 for that coin on the AppMex right now, but as soon as you get that coin, when it ships to you a couple days later, go take it to your local coin shop and ask them how much they'll give you for it. Right? That's crazy. It's crazy to think that they're selling these coins for such a high premium, and if you even tried to sell, you wouldn't even get half the price of what you paid for it back. And that's a dangerous thing because people are still buying. Whenever there's a market, whenever someone's gonna pay that amount, that's the new normal. Just like I always say, like, you might say you have a coin that's worth X amount of dollars, but if no one's willing to pay you that X amount of dollars, then is it really worth that much? Right? I could sit here and tell you that my 2016 PF70 Ultra Cameo Moon Festival Panda is worth $400. And I can go on the reasons why. Well, there's a mintage of only 5,000 and actually a lower mintage because not all those 5,000 are PF70 Ultra Cameo. There's gem proof, right? There's other proofs and there's other grades. And to think about it, this coin is extremely rare. Pandas sold at 8 million is a pretty low mintage number. This is 5,000 with the COA, right? One of the first, it's the first of the series. The Moon Festival is a series. So I got the first edition, the first one with a mintage of probably around 2,000 that are PF70 Ultra Cameo with the COA. This coin is worth $400. And I could argue that, and I could throw up a really good argument. But if no one's willing to give me $400 for the coin, is it really worth that much? It's only worth as much as someone's willing to pay you. If you're not able to settle at a lower price, then that's up to you, but that doesn't mean your coin is worth $400. Get what I'm saying? That's what's happening now. So if people start settling for these high premiums, businesses, obviously, they're going to take money when they see it, right? So if that's a new norm, they will allow it, and they'll let it slide. They'll say the demand is still up, so people need it. People don't just want it, they need it. Big business needs it. $100 silver, big business needs it. If you want the newest iPhone, big business needs it, or you need it if you want the newest iPhone, right? And that's a scary thought because we can see the direction, this speculative, controversial direction that it's going in, and it could be used against us, not just with us or for us, right? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day giving you the newest, latest, freshest information in the world of precious metals. I am your guy. Make sure to smash the like button. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the video I posted earlier today. You don't want to miss it. This was Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.